the best places to live in Maryland ranked best to worst. All right, guys, Maryland buyers are making a costly mistake when choosing where to live. And the numbers prove it. While most people focus on finding the lowest price home or the biggest house, they're completely missing the factor that actually builds wealth over time. Would you believe that homes in Howard County grow in value 37% faster than homes just 15 minutes away in certain areas of Baltimore County? Or that Baltimore City families pay the highest property tax rate, $2.25 per $100 of home value, but get schools that score far below state average. Today, I'm ranking Maryland neighborhoods in 5 surprising tiers, from wealth-building powerhouses to expensive mistakes that look like bargains, but you want to avoid. Let's dive in. D tier. These are our urban challenges. The truth about these areas is that not every place in Maryland is a smart choice for families who want to build wealth by buying a home. So we're looking at the lowest ranked spots on our list, Baltimore City, and I'll explain why right now. Baltimore City, the average home price is $220,000, up from about 5% last year. The lowest price big market in Maryland, but it comes with some trade-offs. The highest property tax rate in Maryland, like we talked about, $2.25 for every $100 of home value. This means almost $5,000 a year in taxes on a $220,000 home. Schools score much lower than the state average, a big difference compared to better school areas like Howard County. Homes were sold in 240 different neighborhoods in 2024. New listings were actually up 5.1%, showing that this is an active market. The Inner Harbor and cultural areas offer lots of things to do, and restaurants and places to go, world-class museums, theaters, all of that rival most big cities. Now, here's where it starts to hurt. You're paying more taxes, but the schools don't perform well. When you look at places like Howard County, it's a whole different story. The schools are better, home prices are higher, and the values grow faster. The difference is bigger than most people think. And when you see the numbers later in this video, it might surprise you. Let's talk about the investment challenges. School scores are far below the state average. Property taxes are too high compared to the services you get. You're paying top dollar in taxes, but lower school systems and weaker services? I don't know if that makes any sense. In fact, this makes it hard to build long-term wealth in real estate in Baltimore. Now, it's a better fit for the younger professional who wants city life and places nearby and walking to coffee or maybe going to the gym. It works for people who care more about their lifestyle than price and long-term value. It's not the best choice for families focused on building wealth and putting the kids in a great school system. All right, moving on. The next group is where real value starts to show up. These are the places for families who want more than just, say, an easy drive to work. If you've ever dreamed about having more space, maybe even land for garden or horses, this is where it starts to get interesting. Before we jump into the next tier, quick favor. Hit that subscribe button. Every week, I break down what's really happening here in the Maryland market and in the local real estate market in general. Not just listings, but market shifts, neighborhood trends, the stuff that agents won't say out loud. I will. If you want the insider info before you make your next move, this is where you get it. All right, guys, let's talk about the C tier. This is the easy commutes. Sounds good, right? Who doesn't want a quick drive to work? Here's the catch. Just because it's easy to get to the office doesn't mean it's easy to build wealth here. There's more to the story, and here's what we're about to unpack. So if I look at Hunt Valley, which is in Baltimore County, the average home price is about $615,000, putting it in the higher range here in Maryland. Now, home sales in April dropped about 52% compared to the year before, showing a shaky market. We're seeing less homes available, so less buyers are able to pick up what they want. Hunt Valley works mostly as a business area with big employees like McCormick just built their big complex here. But the location also helps commuters with great highway access with 83 or getting down to 695. So even if you're going to Baltimore or DC, you've got some choices. There's also a strong commuter rail system with the light rail, although I don't know a lot of people that use it. Direct access to Interstate 83 is really what makes it so great to get down to Baltimore in no time at all. The area has a lot of modern office buildings and is very business focused when you're talking about roads and services. What most buyers don't realize about easy commute area is when you compare them to places like Rockville or Annapolis, which we'll get to, you're often paying the same price, but you're missing out on the lifestyle perks and stronger home values that those areas bring. Now let's talk about some of the limitations and what's causing some of the strife here in Hunt Valley. What you'll see is there's not a lot of new development. There's not a lot of condos. It's much more of the older neighborhoods that have been here for a long time. So you're buying a house that might need some refreshment. It's more likely that you're going to feel the impact when the job market changes. So people don't want to travel as far and they might want to move closer to where they work. It doesn't offer some of the lifestyle perks you'll get in other areas like Rockville or Annapolis. So you're missing out on a little bit about. The ups and downs in the market reflect the challenges that come with a business-centered area. Now, let's say you want to move a little bit further out and get to Westminster in Carroll County. Average list price there is about $500,000. Average sold price is right around $489,000. So we're talking about an increase of 6.3% up from last year, which is great. Property taxes are $1.02 for every $100 of home value compared to $2.25 in Baltimore City. The location is central to Maryland, giving reasonable access to Baltimore. It's about a 45-minute commute. And Frederick is close by, which is a burgeoning city with lots to do. Driving to DC takes a little bit longer, about 90 minutes, depending on where you're going. But Westminster still has that small town feel, that rural yet historic downtown. There are some basic shopping options and places for recreation, but not as big as some of the other communities. Schools perform at average levels compared to Maryland state averages, and the town, it's really that small town feel that appeals to a lot of buyers. Plus, you have choices when you go to Westminster. You can be out in the actual country, or you can find something that's a little bit more neighborhood. Some of the trade-offs: it costs less than the premium areas, but doesn't quite have the top schools. Now, commuting times are fair, but as we talked about, they're a little bit long, so the cost of living does stay low. The school district offers basic services, but lacks some of the extra programs you'll see in some of the high-tier areas. It appeals to buyers who care more about price than some of the extras or amenities or better schools, so it is definitely appealing. Home value growth over time is more limited compared to higher ranking places. What you'll see in our next tier is where the real value starts to emerge for families who want more than just a commute or convenience and are willing to invest in communities that provide space and lifestyle benefits. All right, my next tier is the land of horse farms. If you've ever wanted more space, this is where things start to open up. The land and horse farms tier is for people who want more room to breathe. We're talking big yards, lots of space for animals, even spots where you can build your own private retreat. And the best part, you still get easy trips to nearby cities when you need them. Let me show you what these areas have to offer. We're talking about Frederick County. Frederick County schools are getting much better. In 2024, 73% of them earned 4 or 5-star reviews. Stronger schools are making more people want to move and buy here. The school system now ranks 6th out of 25 in Maryland, and it serves about 47,000 students in 67 schools. They're known for good schools, and that's definitely helping values go up. The average price is about $475,000. Prices are rising steadily and healthily, not just in risky jumps. Land is getting harder to find near DC and Baltimore, and that's why Frederick still has it. You'll find big yards, space for horses, large properties that are pretty rare near the big cities. But it costs less than areas like Howard County, but still gives you all the space that you're looking for and the commutes into the city. What surprises most buyers is the price. Even with all that, land and homes still cost less than what you pay in places like Howard County. And when you see that those top tier neighborhoods offer space, schools, and lifestyle, you'll start to understand why many people stretch their budgets to live in Frederick. But we'll get to that soon. Let's talk about the advantages of Frederick County. You can get to both Baltimore and DC without losing that rural feel. Here's a strong community for horse owners and farmers. There are state parks and lots of outdoor places to enjoy. Property taxes stay low, and the county supports landowners. Tourists and other outdoor activities help bring in money to the local businesses. There's hiking and fishing and hunting and lots of ways to get out and enjoy nature. Prices keep growing steadily, helping owners build wealth over time. Another area similar to that is Bel Air in Harford County, where the schools are improving thanks to the state education funding, and property taxes are still fairly low at 98 cents per $100 of home value. This is another area that keeps its rural feel, and home prices stay affordable for many buyers. You'll find bigger lots, room for small farms, and that small town vibe when you go to downtown Bel Air. People who work in Baltimore can still commute from here. The farming community helps keep the home prices pretty steady. Plus, being located near the major army bases, it keeps a steady amount of jobs in the area. Just down from Bel Air is Towson in Baltimore County. And Baltimore County has most of the 5-star schools in Maryland, with 20 top-ranked schools. The district's overall score went up from 3.1 to 3.3 in 2024. Now, Towson is a little different from Frederick or Bel Air. It doesn't have as many large lot homes. You'll find bigger suburban areas and few larger homes nearby. You'll see some colleges and some other things like that. So the schools there are very strong, even though the whole county has some mixed results. Remember, real estate is local. So sometimes in one area of Baltimore County, not the greatest schools, and another fantastic. Towson has that easy access to Baltimore and also all the outdoor areas of northern Maryland. Now, even though it is pretty suburban, it does have bigger lot sizes than we're talking in the city and things like that. And if living near the water is what you want, just wait until you see what's coming next. These spots give you that waterfront lifestyle people dream about, but they also come with strong home values and real investment potential. That's our next category, living near the water. Let's talk about the spots that bring you close to the water. Our near the water tier is where lifestyle and location come together. These are the places with great views, fun things to do, strong home values that make the higher prices absolutely worth it. And as you'll see, some of these areas offer more than just pretty scenery. They bring solid investment and value too. Plus, what comes after this tier takes things to an even higher level. Rockville in Montgomery County. Montgomery County schools rank number 2 in the state of Maryland. They have an A grade from niche. The district serves more than 160,000 students in 207 schools. 8 high schools rank in the top 20 in the state. This includes Walt Whitman, number 2, Poolsville, number 3, and Thomas S. Wooten, which is number 4. These schools send many students to some of the top name colleges throughout the country. They offer lots of AP classes, and there are also special programs for the gifted students. Now, there's strong arts and sports programs on top of all that. The average home price is starting to climb. In Montgomery County, it's about $614,000, and prices are going up by about 3.6% each year. Rockville's median price is about $625,000, so you can see there are some upper end homes in this area. Property taxes are about $1.04 for every $100 of home value, and this is considered fair for the services you get. But even when these strong numbers, Rockville doesn't quite keep up with how fast home values grow in places like Columbia or Ellicott City. The difference is bigger than it looks. And when you see what's driving that growth later in this video, it'll change the way you look at Maryland real estate. But we're talking about water, and Rockville is the greatest access to the Potomac River. It's not right on the Chesapeake, but it's close to a lot of water fun. There are many parks in Montgomery County with lakes and streams and things to do. It's an amazing place to catch all of your water desires. Now in Rockville, you could always do a quick drive to the bay. It gives you water activities and city all in one place. It's close to Great Falls Park, known for the big water and the hiking, and the county protects its water quality with high standards. And this all helps to keep home values very strong. Now, let's talk about the land of sailboats, the sailboat capital of the world, as they call it, Annapolis in Anne Arundel County. Annapolis is the state capital here in Maryland, and it has some strong schools and real historic charm. Now, Annapolis offers direct access to the Chesapeake Bay. Average home price is $625,000 as of May of this year. That's up from about 1.6% from the year before. Homes sell fast here, with the average 28 days on the market or less. Annapolis gives you that full waterfront lifestyle. Government jobs also bring in steady employment, and you'll find sailing, boating, and other water activities everywhere. The downtown area has theaters, restaurants, shops. The Naval Academy is here too, adding to that local economy. Every Saturday, you'll see girls dressed in full whites walking around the city. It's very cool to be in Annapolis in the summertime. Anne Arundel County schools are also above the state average. The county actually gets special funding to help improve those schools even more. Now, if we do a comparative analysis, both Rockville and Annapolis offer some great lifestyles. Rockville gives you that water, fun, city access, and top schools. Annapolis gives you the waterfront living with history and job stability. Your choice depends on what matters to you. Some people want top schools, others want to live right by the water. Both places have higher home prices, but both hold their value and give you long-term benefits. But what comes next takes things to a whole new level. Our top-tier communities offer something that these great near the water spots can't match. It's the full package for families, space, schools, and long-term value. All in one place. Let me show you what makes them stand out. My S tier, highly rated schools and extracurricular sports. Now we've reached the very best places to live in Maryland. These are the areas with highly rated schools and excellent options for sports and extracurricular. The cost may be a bit more, but the results are worth it. First up on the list is Columbia Ellicott City. Yes, it's 2 different zip codes. Actually, it's 4 different zip codes, but they're located right next to each other. So we typically combine them when talking about them. Howard County Public Schools ranked #1 in Maryland. They have an A+ rating from Niche. The district serves 57,000 students across about 78 schools. And many high schools here are among the state's best for 2024. River Hill High School ranks #9, Centennial is 17, Marriott's Ridge is 19. These schools win state champion after state championship after state championship. They are good at sports. Students can join programs like robotics, debate, music, theater. The schools help students get into the top colleges as well. Sports teams often produce college scholarship athletes, and this is where you come to be on some of the best teams. The average home list price is about $675,000 in May of 2025. Typical home values are around $600,000, and home values grew 3.7% from 2023 to 2024. Property taxes are only slightly more at $1.25 for $100 of home value, and these taxes help pay for the strong public services. And there's some special Howard County advantages. The MARC train Penn line runs here with speeds up to 125 miles an hour. This gives the fastest travel to DC, Baltimore, or even all the way up to New York City. Maryland leads the country in remote work. About 44% of workers work from home at least 1 day a week. The schools are getting extra money from the Blueprint for Maryland's Future program, and that's a program set up to fund the schools and make sure they absolutely stay at their peak. The county received $8,642 per student in the 23-24 school system, and that amount will grow to $12,365 per student by 2032-33. This money helps improve school programs, buildings, everything you can think of to make sure these are the best. They also offer new sports fields and strong arts programs. Students get many learning and activity options here in Columbia. Now, what most people don't know is Columbia was a planned community. Thought up back in the 70s, everything was built for families. It has many parks, recreation centers, walking trails, lakes, places for outdoor fun. It was truly designed to be the city of the future. Ellicott City, on the other hand, mixes history with modern life. It offers that small-time charm with city conveniences. Families enjoy good schools, a new community, an amazing, vibrant downtown where you can get restaurants or walk around. It's really a cool place to visit if you've never been. Now let's talk about Severna Park in Anne Arundel County. Anne Arundel County Public Schools have strong results. This district gets extra money from the Blueprint program, and Severna Park Elementary ranks as one of the top elementary schools in all of Maryland. Average home value is about $485,000 with 3% yearly growth. In May of 2025, median sale price was about $497,000, up 3.5% from April. Property taxes just under $1 at 98 cents for every $100 of home value. And this is a low for an area with such great schools. But Severna Park has some hidden value. Severna Park offers great schools and direct access to the Chesapeake Bay. There are so many sports and sailing programs for kids, and sailing gives kids a chance to really build new skills and try new things. These activities don't exist for most other places. The water programs here help kids build lifelong passions. This mix of schools and outdoor fun is rare. And Severna Park has some really unique advantages. They have both land and water sports for kids. Kids can join sailing or crew or other water activities. They can even go crabbing and fishing. And with Annapolis just nearby, with more learning and cultural events there, students here get internship chances at the Naval Academy with the state government. So there's a strong academics here with also the fun of outdoors. All this helps the students in Anne Arundel County both grow in school and in life. But let's talk about some premium market value positioning. Home prices here are higher, but values grow faster. Crime rates are low, and roads and parks stay in very good shape. Schools actually offer programs like private schools, but without all the extra fees. When you add education and activities, these areas often cost less than if you were living in an area going to a private school. Families get more value, strong public schools. You don't need to pay extra for the kind of programs they're already included. All right, let's bring it all to a close. Now that you've seen these top communities and what they have to offer, let's pull everything together and talk about how to choose what's right for you. Every area we covered today comes with its own pros and its own cons, whether it's price or locations or schools or space or lifestyle. What's the big takeaway? Knowing what matters most to you is the first step. Making the right move is the next step. And that's where myself and my team come in. If you're thinking about buying or selling here in Maryland, don't wait until the market shifts again. Send me an email at hello@waldnerwintersteam.com. Whether you're just starting to explore your options, you're ready to make a move, my team and I are here to help you find the right fit, sell your current home for top dollar, and get you the home that you desire now. Let's have that conversation and get you moving in the right direction. And if you think that was helpful, wait until you see this next video. Click over to the next one linked on the screen and let me help you learn a little bit more about what it's like living here in Maryland. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.